Hi, Adam from Vandem here. Today we're going to be running through 6 top tips on how to look after your board. Making sure your board's lasting as long as it possibly can. Let's avoid making errors that are going to shorten board life and make sure we keep you skating for as long as possible on the deck you love the most. First things first, where should I keep my board? Keep it in your house if you can. Ideally, we want to keep it away from direct heat sources. Try not to leave your board where the sun can be on it for long extended periods. This isn't really going to be very good for your board. It's going to heat up and cause some issues. If possible, try and keep your board flat. Doesn't sound like a big deal, but if you were to go to a builder's merchants and you look for big sheets of wood, they never ever store them on their end like that, ever. The reason? Those boards will end up warping. Skating in the wet is a reality, it happens. We live in the UK. If your board gets wet, dry it off with a cloth, towel, that kind of thing. Don't be tempted to dry your board out on a radiator. Direct heat is the kind of thing we want to be avoiding the most to extend the board life. Bearing play will often develop when you don't keep your axle nuts done up. You can often hear it. So if you can hear your wheel moving around like that, there's too much play there. And what this will do will encourage play in the actual bearing itself, which will shorten the life of your bearings. We can stop this by just simply making sure our axle nuts are tight, so there's no play in the wheel and the bearing. Tighten up that nut just so you start to feel some resistance, and so then there's no movement or play. Keep on top of that and you'll be golden. Cleaning bearings is probably one of the most asked questions, how and why and where and all that kind of stuff. If your bearings look dirty, probably need a clean. If they're sounding like they're grinding coffee in there, you definitely need a clean. If you've been skating in the wet, for sure, strip them down, give them a clean, re-lube them, all that good stuff. We've made an extensive guide on the web shop. You'll find in the how-to guides. It's broken down step by step with photographs and full descriptions. Let's keep you rolling sweet. Okay, step 5, truck bolt. We need to be keeping our truck bolts tight. Over time as you skate, they will come loose for various different reasons. Vibrations will work your bolts loose, compressing the wood underneath the bolt heads. So simply all you do, get your skate tool or your tools and just give them a little check. Don't have to go crazy, just hand tight, feel them, just make sure there's no play in them. And this will keep everything up together, feeling tight, good as gold. Keeping your grip tape fresh. After a while of skating, you go from having super crispy, nice fresh grip like this, which feels really good underfoot, to, you know, you stand in something unmentionable, smush it all through your grip tape, dirt, you've been out in the rain, you've dropped an ice cream on there, all that kind of stuff. It all adds up and just ends up making your skateboard look a bit tired, and you lose a bit of grip on there and you start slipping around. How to clean that up? Well, dead easy. Nail brush, just a small nail brush and some warm water with a slight bit of detergent. Just scrub all across the grip tape. Don't need to be using loads and loads of water, and just let it dry out naturally. 9 times out of 10, bring your grip tape back to pretty much like brand new. Worst case scenario, we're gonna need to strip off the entire job and re-grip. But there are guides online on our web shop, on the how-to guides of how to re-grip your board. Freshen up your trucks. After riding for a bit, your trucks get a bit dirty, your bushings get a bit worn out, everything's feeling a bit sloppy, slack, maybe your trucks are starting to squeak again a bit. So what we're going to do, take out your pivot cups, give them a clean, take your trucks apart, give them all a bit of a clean up, make them look a bit tidy, get all that dirt off of them. Then get yourself some new pivot cups, or put in the old pivot cup if they're still okay. Remember, you can put in some soap or some graphite shavings. Also, your bushings feeling tired because you've been skating them for a while. Usually we say around about 6 months. Put in some new bushings, make your truck feel like new. So again, just another way to stay on top of your setup and make it feel as good as it possibly can. Okay, so that was our top 6 tips for keeping your setup feeling fresh and crispy. For more videos, more content, more tips on all things longboard related, visit all the usual social outlets that we've got and the website. That's it. What more do you want?